I'm going to begin just by asking, I mean, you've obviously produced some excellent animations and films for all the family over the past sort of decade.
Thank you.
What's the key, what's the sort of secret to appealing to everyone? Is it giving children respect? Because I always find with the animations you do, you sort of give audience members and children in particular, they kind of treat them like adults in some regard, which I guess it might be the way when I was a kid, I certainly appreciated that.
You know, I think one thing that a lot of people don't often think about is that, you know, if you remember what it was like being a kid, you were really having the same kinds of complex, sophisticated emotions that, you know, that I think adults all have. And I think it's important not to ever talk down to kids. You know, for us, we really think about everyone in the audience and want everyone to laugh, and it's so much fun to get to hear kids laughing at jokes, adults laughing at jokes, and then the jokes that everyone laughs at together. Those are the most fun.
And I mean, how important is it as well to be working on something original? Obviously, it's based on a game, but I mean, it's such original sort of content. I mean, if you look at the moment, obviously, there's a recent inclinations with Disney in particular to recreate their own stories, Aladdin, Jungle Book, you know, Dumbo, stuff like that. But it must be quite fulfilling when you know you're giving audiences something completely new and original.
Well, it is one of the things that we find to be such a fun opportunity with Angry Birds, because, you know, when you're making a movie based on a play or a book property or a comic property, you have so much in that mythology and the story and the characters already predefined. And so in translating something like, you know, Harry Potter or Iron Man or anything to a movie, if you're lucky enough to get to do that, you're really translating someone else's vision. But with Angry Birds, you know, which is based on a game that has a bunch of key things that people love and characters that people love, but not a lot more defined in the mythology than that, it's really a chance to tell an original story, but to tell a story with a game that over 4 billion people have downloaded, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, did you think that animations get the credit they deserve? Obviously, you have the category, the animated feature category at the Oscars, but you rarely get an animated feature that transcends that and is up for Best Picture, for example. Whereas when you look at kind of top 10 lists from a lot of fans and critics, there are always animated films in those lists, but they're often confined to being in the animated category. Do you think they aren't taken seriously enough, perhaps, within the industry?
You know, it would be wonderful to see them represented in the Best Picture category. I think in the last few years there've been a number of animated films that I would say, you know, were among the best pictures, like Into the Spider-Verse is such a spectacular movie. I thought Coco was such an incredible movie. So I agree with you.
Yeah. Can you see yourself producing a live action feature one day? And if so, what sort of different skills do you think that would that require? What different kind of tasks would you have to undertake in that new setting?
You know, I've been a part of a couple of live action movies, and I really do prefer and enjoy animation. It is so much fun, and you have so much time to continue to hone the movie and to work on it, and you can keep showing the movie to different audiences, and you have a chance to take the things that you know are working and move those forward, but also to continue to plus it and add comedy to it, which is so much fun. So I don't know, I'm a big fan of animation and feel very fortunate to get to work on these movies.
And finally, when it comes to movies of this nature, obviously, you know, this is irreverent and silly and over the top and funny, but they have a meaning, don't they? For films, when they are directed at kind of kids, they often have the kind of, sometimes quite a subtle a message, I suppose, to give to the audiences. What would you say is the message of Angry Birds 2?
You know, the message for us, we feel, is one of the importance of teamwork and working together with others that are different than you, that either come from a different place or have a different worldview, that there's always the ability to find a common ground, and I think that's an important message for kids and for everyone.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for your time. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much.